Hi, I'm Jenilee.
I'm Caitlin. We're from the Real Tall blog.
We've partnered with CoIX Shoes to talk about tall fashion, our personal style, and what we're loving right now.
The first one I would have to say eclectic, which I feel like most of you don't get to see the weirdest sides of that. I'll go from wearing a dress to the weirdest Goodwill finds you can possibly dig out from the depths of their shelves when I go camping or on hiking trips. And then beyond that, I would say approachable. I feel like it's pretty basic and most people would feel comfortable wearing it, and affordable.
Totally. And I would say classy, feminine, and probably expansive, meaning I still like to grunge it up and do some different stuff too, so love all the facets of exploring that.
I feel like our mom played a big role in that. She picked out our clothing for a long time, but we never really disagreed with her on that, and I definitely felt comfortable doing that. Like, I told her when I had enough of her doing my hair for me. She did it wonderfully, but I was independent, and then I think the more she took us to TJ Maxx and we got to dig through the shelves for the little nuggets of like an express piece or something, that's when it really came to be. But I feel like it's constantly evolving also.
Totally. Yeah, I would say like after I finished playing basketball in college, I really like started to explore that. I was like done living in sweats. I always admired seeing other women wearing, fun clothing and stuff, and like it just wasn't that phase of life in college or high school even. So after that, you and I kind of got into it together when we were living together. I started a job at Express, and
that first big Express order.
Yeah, set us off, and here we are today.
Everywhere. I find it from you, I find it from mom, other tall bloggers, people I don't know on Pinterest. I'm constantly saving pictures of outfits, pictures of poses, people together, and we're constantly sharing pictures. And if I find something that looks similar to what I've purchased, I have no shame in copying someone. And
right, if the outfit looks good,
throw them the credit. I think it's flattering. There's so many wonderful tall bloggers now that it's everywhere.
Yeah. When you're browsing online, like the models, just to add on that, like the models, how they style the models sometimes, like maybe you're like, oh, like I like the jacket, I don't like what they put with it, and then you're inspired off of that. Or like, I mean, even it's cheesy because we're talking with Koi right now, but like these shoes, like you get a specific color and then you realize you kind of like have found your color palette. Yes. And you have so much more to work with off of that.
Sometimes you just buy the whole look right off the model.
Yeah, because it's a winner. Yeah.
There's so many like niche tall clothing brands that I go to for different things. Mm-hmm. Koi is definitely my favorite tall, it's weird to say tall shoe company, but larger shoe company. I get complimented the most. They're the most versatile. They match everything.
And they're classic.
But clothing, ASOS their variety is so big. They've been there for so long. But I also definitely love height of fashion. She just brings a little bit more of a sassy sex appeal. Molly Tolly has some great basics. I don't think I can pick one because I still feel like we deserve more companies.
It's fun seeing some of these newer companies come in, like TJL Collections. Like she's got some like incredible new pieces coming in. You'll see that in our styling video, her leopard print pants. And then the Sixes, we just recently got some killer pants from them. Like we are just excited about like the future of tall fashion. So, as these companies grow and expand, they'll become more and more like, and then they'll be able to compete with some of the bigger brands like ASOS.
Yeah, like we love ASOS, but we try to support the smaller companies, and
right.
The fit definitely isn't matched yet. Like ASOS is fine, but they don't get that you need to add height everywhere.
Right.
So we love them, but you're usually sacrificing a little bit where when tall women are creating tall clothing, it's just no comparison.
Totally, that the designer has felt your pain. Think of mine
I'd have to say I still sometimes, as shopping in the men's department, I just bought a new flannel from the J. Crew men's slim section. It wasn't even a tall. They do have talls, not in store, but I'd say that's like you got me started on that. You'd find some men's sweaters, and usually like a crew neck sweater you can't even tell. So men's clothing for the win sometimes. No shame in that. The boyfriend pants.
Totally.
Some shoes.
Yeah, I mean sweatpants even right now too, like you're not gonna know the difference. I guess you wouldn't say it's a tall clothing hack, but like maybe more of a mainline win. But like shopping at H&M in the winter for their sweaters, like they tend to have longer sleeves, and like every year without fail I come away with something. And then even maybe like buying midi skirts from mainline stores that like, yeah, then they're your knee length, and you can get away with that at the office instead of like the actual knee length being like mid-thigh on you and showing a little bit too much at work.
I feel like I need both for different purposes, but if I had to get rid of one, I'd have to get rid of the cardigan. I love them, but there's nothing like a solid leather jacket.
That's hard because I love this year's iteration of like the updated cardigans.
Yeah.
Like with the statement sleeves and stuff, like it's hard for me to say no, but
you could pick the cardigan.
I know.
And I'll pick the leather jacket, and we'll have both.
Okay, deal. The perks of being sisters.
Statement sleeves. If you've been following us for any amount of time,
from the beginning,
the bigger the sleeves, the better. We could take or leave a collar.
Yeah. She's
recently done some looks that we haven't shared yet, but with a collar and a sweater, and they're fine. I like it, but
right. But it's just us, like whether it's in style or not, like we will love us a big sleeve.
The more drama, the better. You'll see one of my favorites in our styling video as well.
Yeah.
Nice and juicy sleeves.
I think we like the proportion. We have like the broader shoulders, and we like the balance that it brings our body types. So maybe another tip or styling tip.
Combat boots.
Yeah, we're both combat boots for sure this season. Like we have still struck out on finding an over the knee or thigh high boot. So Koi, if you want to like add that to the list of production, we would love that.
I have a pair that I can get there, and then they end up just falling all night, and it drives me crazy. But we both just got our first combat boots this season, and we're hoping to do a whole style guide on them. But there still also is kind of a hole. Like the pair I got went up to size 13 and sold out immediately, so we're still in need of more. I think it was learning to be comfortable with myself, which definitely happened through this blog mostly. I never would have worn heels, mostly because of comfort. I still don't wear them regularly, but I will wear them to a wedding now, where I used to just not, because I wanted to shrink down. And I mean, one of the first times I did, I still had the photographer, I think, was coming at me, and he's like, "Why are you wearing heels?" And I was like, "Because they make this outfit and they're cute." And he kept coming up to my mom and I, and our mom and I, and I don't even know what he said. It just it was a lot, and thankfully it didn't really kill my vibe, but finding the confidence within.
I would say again after college, and that was just because even growing up, like we had Payless shoes, and they went bankrupt recently, but now I think they're making a resurgence. But that was pretty much the only option that I knew about for shoes. And living in like basketball clothing all the time, like it just wasn't on my radar to like wear heels, even when I did throw on jeans. Like, so after college, I would say for sure I started kind of exploring that and admiring it on other women, and then kind of working my way up to what I felt comfortable in. And I think the big part of that is like, even with the heels that I choose today, it's like picking something that's sturdy. Like we love the black heel that Koi puts on their shoes, because you're not like tottering around like wondering if it's gonna give out on you. You weigh more if you're taller. So just stuff like that, like people don't take into consideration when they're like choosing the heel per se. And I think that that has been part of the journey as well of getting comfortable.
As you've probably seen in 85% of our recent pictures,
Right.
the Seville, I will awkwardly hoist them up here.
It's just one classy shoe.
They are timeless, classy, they're black, they match everything. I feel like they have elevated every single outfit I've gone to shoot. I'm like, oh, I could put those on again. I don't worry about changing my shoes a ton from outfit to outfit because it's what I'm wearing.
Right, it looks good. Why switch it up?
Yeah.
For the last like full year now, I think have just been only wearing the Dalston boot, and I'll hoist it up too. But it's just a beautiful, well-made boot, and you know, Wisconsin winters are crap and harsh on your shoes, and you know, you need to spray them down with, you know, protectant. But I've never had shoes last like this quality
With that much wear.
Yeah, totally. So I'm thrilled.
I don't even know if I can put into words, but it would just be a perfect versatile work shoe for me. Possibly like a loafer. I don't do super well with the pointed toe. I will say it's a larger shoe company, these fit perfectly because they're made for larger feet, but if I try on a pointed toe somewhere else, it squeezes a little bit. So maybe some type of flat loafer that just matches everything and is comfortable.
A thigh-high boot, because I feel like that's just like the unicorn in shoe design, that you have to like fit the thigh, the calf, all of that, and the length needs to be right. And then maybe like a perfect like leopard print shoe.
It is hard to find the perfect print on the perfect shoe. There are so many misses in that print.
Thank you so much for having us today. This was fun. You can find us on therealtall.com, www.therealtall.com, which is our website. And then we are also The Real Tall on Instagram and Facebook. Check out how we styled the 2 pairs of shoes that we just mentioned from the collection in our styling video, which is now live on their YouTube page.
And stay tuned in our feed. You will see both of these shoes even more now that we're heading into fall. I mean, I think they'll be in all of them. It's just all of them coming up.
Yep. Thanks again.